king h6, Jobava had to withdraw his rook to d8, and I think this is the position we have on the board. In this position, White repeated the moves once, and now he's probably considering just maybe take here, and this is just going to be a winning endgame. The a pawn, a5, a6, move rooks to b7, a7, and it's just going to be unstoppable. The coordination between the rook and the bishop is too powerful. Instead of rook d4, which was the big blunder, black should have played knight f3 to control the central square d5, so king f6 doesn't work. And also if you go here on h6, I'm going to go knight h5, and I'm going to once again force your king to go back. Still complicated position, but would have offered survival chances for black.
Well, if we see a victory there by Wesley, he's going to have a lead. But before that, we have another result.
We have another result. Magnus and MVL, that resulted in a draw. So MVL was playing white, and
a difficult game for Magnus. Definitely, he was on the back foot, and in that rematch of the tiebreaker.
Yes, and as much as I love the Caro-Kann, that wasn't
no, that was not
a good opening.
Not a good game for Magnus for sure. I'm just going to go through it after, well, a moral victory, if you will. You ended up a piece ahead, but it wasn't enough, and that game is a draw. Again, that game of Wesley So, that is just such a huge result. I just wanted to go back for a moment to this moment after the move, right here. We've seen this blunder rook d4. I didn't really pay attention to the move king h6. I had a totally different idea in mind. I love this move f5. The idea was that I had in mind, it was in case of a capture, to go king f6. And then it looks like just beautiful harmony in White's camp. Great king, very, very great king, great rook, great bishop.
And pawn, and pawn on e5.
I thought that was over, so king h6 didn't really get my juices flowing as much as the other. And we have this position still, White's in the driver's seat, but is this as clear, Christian?
No. Wesley So did make some mistakes along the way. Instead of bishop b5 and then rook takes a7 to pacifize the rook on d8, he did take on f7 first, knight takes f4, and now rook takes a7, but c4 could come on the board, and I think it actually did. And right now black is creating some counter chances with the free pawn on the c file. So this is still not game over. White has the advantage, but it's not going to be a trivial conversion.
Exactly.
I just wanted to point out one little trick, that if White wanted to go, I'm not sure whether it works, no, in the final position.
In the final position.
If one wanted to go e6, just say, I think...
Yes, after c4.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Oh, I got a bit excited because I thought rook d5 at some stage, but a rook d5 and a mate on h5.
And Wesley only has
but it doesn't work. Oh, it does work, actually.
Rook d5. I would probably. I don't have e7 because
king takes f7.
I'd have to play bishop takes g6. Yeah.
Right.
But sorry, Christian. What do you have?
Well, Wesley only has 1 minute on the clock, so this is going to get fast and furious really quick. And he did play king to g5. But let's firstly go to Leuven with Maurice.
Well, one person who's definitely taking a keen interest in the game between Wesley So and Jobava is Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, who is a point right now behind Wesley in the standings. And this draw against Magnus, he was trying to get a little bit more. But in this moment, you came over, you said, yeah, rook c4 was terrible. Take us through your thoughts. Why didn't you play rook b3 instead of rook c4 in this position?
Well, I mean, I was mostly considering d5, to be honest. And, well, yeah, e5 exactly was not convincing me because I can give up the exchange, but it doesn't seem to work because there's always rook h7, for instance. Like this line, maybe you give a check first. I never know if that's useful. And then you go rook h7 and, well, maybe White is pressing, but not much. And then I start with rook c4 and after bishop d7, d5. Maybe it's not much, but I felt it's unpleasant. And then when it came bishop h3, I realized. I mean, I don't even have d5 because now black has, I don't know if he starts, maybe he starts with this, and then long castle is very unpleasant. So
you missed this move, bishop h3?
Yeah, and then I'm happy that I managed to recollect and put Magnus under some sort of pressure because he he had time issues, and yeah, then around there I thought, like, after a4 I thought I was pressing a bit, but it didn't turn out to be anything at all.
You seem mildly disappointed, at least in the result.
Well, I mean, considering the chances Magnus gave me out of the opening, I mean, my position just seemed to be really huge. I mean, it turns out that it's not as much as I expected, but yeah, I mean, I was surprised actually at some point not to find a crushing idea because, well, I mean, all my pieces were developed and all these pieces were on initial squares, so.
All right, well, good luck. We hope you find that form in the next game.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys?
Thank you, Maurice. And indeed, a sheer